Hi, I'm Sidney and I play Alona, and this is what you miss in episode 63 of Edge of Legend. A war meeting is called for the upcoming battle. The main contributing forces are the Platinum Hammer, Larian Voss, just by himself, the Shin, Azmakon, and Ielenu Ubinrin with an army from the Triumphant. But there are also hefty contributions from Acadia, with the king, Morel's father, glowering at the heroes unpleasantly from over the war table. Magistra Bellina leads the meeting with confidence, but defaults to what our heroes think is best in terms of winning the war. Rufa takes the lead on strategy, while also noticing a person, referred to as the Mouth of the Emperor, looking at him knowingly. It is settled that the next morning, the forces from neighboring countries will hit the battlefield, while the adventurers will travel to right outside of Cobbledale at the quarry, where they will use their bats to fly to Korkos' castle in the sky. Early the next morning, the heroes prepare for battle, with the various armies gathered for war. Ichi is joined by Pangolina and Chantico, making coffee before battle, when Zaka approaches and introduces his tribe's version of coffee. The Black Spear Orcs and the Elves from the north then bond over the morning dew, while Ichi stares in odd amusement. Shionibus also takes this time to approach the forces from the Triumphant, and finds her beloved auntie who has traveled from Nubia to aid in the war efforts. Ilona finds Morel, and professes her fears that they may not return, but he insists that he go with them to the castle and confesses he has no home to go back to, so he is more than willing to accompany them on their treacherous journey. Woodward unfortunately runs into the King of Acadia while pouring hooch for fellow soldiers, and Rufa takes his time to create a backup plan with the older members of the War Council, of course involving fire, naturally. But soon enough, the party is off to face Korkos head-on. And just like that, the long-awaited Battle of the Five Nations begins. The forces from Shin and Azmakon take the front lines, while the Platinum Hammer buffs from the back. Larian Voss handles the seas, and Ielenu moves as a specialized auxiliary unit from the sides. The Platinum Hammer wards the front lines as the Shin makes their first attack against the Wormkin. The Blue Wormkin strike Azmakon, but this triggers the ward and they take heavy damage. The Platinum Hammer strikes outright this time, but the Wormkin retaliate with Frozen Breath. Back at the docks, Larian Voss witnesses massive orc-like oceanic wormkin emerge from the water with gigantic ballistas appearing on their sides. Larian deals massive damage with Halfson head-on and manages to dodge the ballistas, but is then overcrowded by sea creatures. Meanwhile, Ielenu is being pursued by lightning wormkin, until finally facing them head-on, dodging their lightning breath. At the front lines, the crash breaks into their fray, with their fearless leader taking down wormkin one by one. The skies are littered with griffins and bats. But this is when the mouth of the floating dragon castle slowly creaks open and a deadly beam of putrid green flames shoot out of its decrepit mouth. The Platinum Hammer takes the brunt of the breath damage, but they retaliate on the forces on the ground with Azamat's breath. Ielenu and her forces are also being hit hard, but her determination keeps her going. Meanwhile, the Shin are deadly and almost wipe out an entire unit of enemy troops, seemingly invincible against the Wormkin. At the docks, Larian Voss summons Yorgamat, the Brine Dragon, who has a vendetta to kill Larian and therefore will protect him from the other forces trying to kill him before Yorgamat gets a chance. But Voss still manages to get severely hit with enemies clawing at him from all sides. At this point in time, Ielenu summons her Dire Panther, Dahlia, and begins taking down forces left and right. And at the front lines, 10,000 Trueno of Azmakon calls upon thunder and lightning to smite his enemies. But then, out of the ocean, a gigantic beast emerges, spilling out water and towering over the city. Just when it seems like Adolphon Prime will be taken by sea, that is when Legion Legion arrives and takes the beast down. Also approaching is Madazong with the entire Ulfgard armada and the Bun Orc tribe riding in the SS Scups, and together they take down the enemy fleet. But just as seemingly as the battle is won, the dragon corpse awakens, shaking the castle on top of it to start plummeting to the ground, with our heroes seemingly trapped inside. And that is where we end episode 63 of Edge of Legend. Be sure to tune in Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, to the Nat20 Productions official channel on Twitch to catch the newest episodes of Edge of Legend as they happen. We look forward to seeing you in chat as you become legends right alongside us. Thanks for watching!